Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication.
It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day, honey. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day, honey.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, look at, I forgot to change you didn't even tell me. Oh my God. He didn't even tell me I didn't have the right background on here. Still on my Sasquatch Secrets. What's up with that? There, that's better. That's better. Good morning, everybody. Wake up, wake up. It's time. It is time to say hi. Good morning. Good morning to you guys. Wake up.
Good morning, good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning to you.
I'm kind of in a goofy mood. I don't know what it is, but I should bring on my guests, right? Because we know we love them. Good morning, Enzo. How are you?
Good. If you're in a goofy mood, I must be in the right place.
Yeah. I'm got a little bit airheaded today. I feel like I'm like just barely here. Not enough sleep. I stayed up all night watching Netflix and working on the show for Sunday. But I do have another guest for you all this morning.
What?
Yes, I do. And I'm going to actually play this for him. Can you guys guess who it is? From the music alone?
Mysterious.
Anybody? Oh no. Okay. Hey, it's Anthony. Anthony was awake this morning.
Morning, Anthony.
How are you? Oh, hi, Nikki.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. So welcome to Hijinks in the Morning with me and Enzo, where we talk about anything.
Anything and everything.
Yes, for sure. But I thought to send you a link this morning because of the whole hoopla that's going around about this lady on the plane.
Oh, boy.
And I know you're probably going to be doing stuff like that. And we had chit-chatted yesterday about videos and stuff. And there's already so many fake stuff out there about it. Yep. And it got me too.
Yeah,
because I thought I had found the guy. Everybody wants to know about the guy in the hoodie, you know?
Right.
And who is he? And why hasn't he come forward? Why hasn't he made a statement saying that lady was just drunk and crazy? You know, that's what I've been waiting for, is for that. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I will share with you. Let's see, which one do I want to share? I think this one.
People are also saying that she's missing now, the woman, and I think,
What?
yeah, they're saying that she's missing. She hasn't come forward. They can't find her, and they're trying to locate her. This is a story that's going around. But I would assume after making a big debacle on a plane like that, she would have got locked up.
Something, right? I
They're
don't.
probably hol- they're
She
probably
kind of
hoping-
went. Yeah, she did
Went
go a
crazy.
little bit
They
crazy.
either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
All right.
Okay, this is another guy who said he was the one who she was talking to, but we've already kind of confirmed that he's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he
The
fooled a lot of
original
us.
guy in the hoodie didn't have all those face tattoos, and that's kind of recognizable. And since
Hard
then,
to believe somebody that looks like that is wanting more attention.
he's a Freemason, and his whole channel's about being
Yeah,
a Freemason
Freemasonry, right.
Sure he is.
something
Okay.
like that. So that was one I had sent to Anthony. I go, this guy came forward, but that was right at the beginning, and then bam, all of a sudden, I was on the plane, and this. Oh my
I was
god!
on the
One guy did a whole thing on TikTok about how he was on the plane and how this all went down, and he was sitting next to her. And then you get to the end of the story, and he goes, and by the way, I'm selling houses in Florida, and if anybody wants to link, this whole thing to buy houses. It's crazy.
Oh my
Send your money now.
goodness!
Come on
Jeez.
down.
So, hey everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. We've got, oh look, Andy Gambino's in the house.
Andy was the pilot,
Welcome,
he
Andy.
says, on that plane.
He is. He was
Andy
the
was the
pilot?
pilot.
Oh my gosh, he's got to really have the scoop then.
I would get off the plane too if I saw you flying. So,
Maybe I should shoot Andy the link too.
as well.
I wonder if there's a way to get
Jen.
the flight manifest, like who was on board.
Yeah, could you? Well,
I don't know.
is that private? That's private, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
how
has
it
to
I
works.
don't know how. I doubt they would release that to you, but it seems like there would be a way to find that. I can't imagine that it's
Well, the
classified
authorities
or private. Yeah, I mean,
probably
Right.
have all that, and that's
That would
who
probably
really
be the only
needs
way you're gonna find this guy. You get the seat numbers they were in, and you try to narrow it down
where,
from that.
where was that plane taking off from and going to? That I didn't catch.
From somewhere here in Texas, I think.
Yeah,
Austin or-
Was it
they
Texas
said-
girl?
They said it in the video, one of the videos. I can't remember off the top of my. Was it Texas to Florida?
something like that. Something like that. I have another video here. I don't know.
Lizard Man going back to Florida? How could that be? Oh,
I think they were going on vacation. There's the guy right there in the green hood. That's the guy.
Yeah, this is. That's horrible music. Okay. Yeah. So,
Trying to see if I can find. So, American Airlines flight becomes ground zero for uncovering hitting reptiles. Where's it going?
Where
Some
did
of them-
the
Lizard people!
Some of these
whole
videos, I
narrative,
remember said where it was
you know,
going. I'm trying to find that.
the whole narrative of the lizard people and all of
Did
that.
she actually say lizard people at some point? Because
She said that his eyes didn't blink like ours; they blinked sideways.
So she
That's
did say that.
That's
Okay.
what freaked her out.
Honestly, I've watched like 20
Yeah, me too.
shorts, and I can't remember who said what anymore.
It's
Yeah.
something
No.
different everywhere.
Yeah, but needless to say, it did stir up the people, and because they were in the air, weren't they already in the air?
They were already in the air. And what bothered me about this story, too, as I'm finding out more, the passenger that she was sitting next to was an attorney. And she accused that passenger of stealing her earbuds. That's what started this whole thing on the plane.
Oh
and
shit. She's too drunk.
the flight attendants came up, and the passenger, it was a colored woman, a black woman she was sitting next to, and she stood up and said, "I wouldn't steal anything from you. I'm actually an attorney." And there's one video of that on TikTok that I seen. It's really clear of her telling that to the flight attendants. And
Uh-huh.
you hear the lady saying, "I'm an attorney. There's something wrong with this woman." And then the video goes on, and then she starts going up and down the aisle screaming that the guy in the hood is not real. So
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I
She
think
had
she was
one too many
intoxicated.
Bloody Marys at the
Definitely,
counter before the flight,
100%.
and I could definitely tell she was slurring her,
Yeah,
her
altitude and
words.
alcohol will do that to you.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Alcohol goes to your head way faster when you're up at
Oh yeah,
altitude like that.
So, yep, she went from 0 to 60 in
real
that
quick,
time. That she
real
got up
quick.
to 30,000 feet and
Yeah.
lost her marbles, and
Yeah,
now everybody's just having fun with it, trying to get those clicks and views
I
for
wouldn't
all
be
those
surprised if
channels.
they ban her from flying now, because normally in today's day and age, when you make a scene like that aboard an airplane, they don't allow you to fly anymore. They
Yep.
terminate
You
that
get put on a no-fly list.
no fly list, right?
That would suck, dude.
Right.
That would suck. And yeah, you know,
That's the only thing that bothers me about the whole story. That why would somebody go through all that? I would assume knowing that you're going to get banned from a plane if you can't prove any validity to that story, right?
they
Took a
don't
big
care
chance.
because they're already in a different state of mind. They're
Yeah, if she's heavily intoxicated or perhaps not in a good place, good mindset in her own head there, then that's the last thing she would have been thinking about.
Yeah.
She's got thieves on one side and reptilians on the other. Get me out of this plane.
Yeah. Hold on, we're going to open the door and we're going to pull over right here.
Yeah.
Let us
oh
get
Hop out
my
on
down
this
to
side.
27,000 feet. We'll let
You
you out.
can sit out on the wing with the gremlin
Yeah.
beating up on the engine.
Gremlin.
There's a man on the wing.
Oh, shit.
oh
But
my goodness. So yeah, so that just got kind of carried away, and in light of aliens now in the news almost every day, fresh stuff, not old stuff.
Yep.
That's just another thing for people to grab onto.
It's funny, isn't it? We went from being the crazy people talking about aliens to now
Well,
it's the
everybody.
media and the government and everybody's talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Now it's
Right,
socially
right.
acceptable all of a sudden.
But
It
they'll
is.
still roll footage of that lady or the kid in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. It's like,
Vegas.
look at these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas is another nonsense story. I mean,
Yeah.
we clearly seen that it was a meteorite from the police officer's body camera, right? And then the circle he had in the backyard, the depression that he said
Yeah.
was from the craft. We went back on Google images, and that circle was there for like over a year. We went back and found it. So there was probably a pool there at one time, and they removed it, and it probably left that circle. And that's what
Yeah.
I think anyway would cause
That's
something
a
like
good
that.
That would
guess.
make
I didn't think
sense.
about
That
Yeah.
would totally make sense for sure.
But look how many views they got between TikTok and YouTube, and how much money that kid probably made, off of that. That's what it's all about. It's all about the grifting, man.
It's this.
Here comes the money.
You're not kidding.
Here comes the money.
It is for sure.
That's really
I
it.
don't
Is anything that comes along like that, how can I get some of that money?
Yep.
And they throw out a couple of TikToks or they make a couple of YouTube videos and get interviewed by somebody and all
Right.
that.
Andy and I were
And-
just discussing the other day Dr. Greer with the new whistleblowers that just came forward, right? And I'm telling my story for years now about the triangle craft that I seen. There was two of them that separated. Now this whistleblower, Digna, he told the same story that I've been telling since the 90s. All of a sudden, right? And but none of those whistleblowers, no video evidence, no nothing. They're just Michael Sherratt's illustrations and those people's stories. You were in the military, both of you, right? Don't you think they would have some kind of footage, or somebody would have been able to pull out a cell phone camera and filmed at least one of those encounters.
You would think,
Right?
especially with that one guy where he was literally just driving down the road and the thing parked down next to the road, right?
That's the guy we're talking about, Stephen
Yeah.
Digna. He had like 6 encounters with this thing.
Yeah, I would think after the first couple, it's like you're going to wear that phone on your head running all the time.
I'm not going anywhere without this. Yeah,
I'll have
I
a
agree.
body cam like I'm a police guy. I'll
Right?
everything.
Exactly. Sure. After an experience like that, without a doubt.
For sure. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
just-
It's just you're just waiting for the next thing to pop up. You know.
Yep.
What's it today? You know. Phoenix has all of a sudden been showing a ton of stuff, aircrafts and
Everybody. It's
coming
everywhere
out
now.
and
It's hot. It's a hot topic again.
Yeah.
it is. I mean,
You
it's
know?
always been hot for everybody in the field.
Now
you
it's
know,
on fire
here.
hot. And now they
Yeah.
put gasoline on it, you know?
And it also helps being summertime. More people are just outside in general, so
Right.
they can like
That's
look
true.
up in the sky either in the day or night. It doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily have to be night anymore.
And that's great. That people are looking up in the sky and trying to figure out what's going on. But it's the that little click in between, like, let's go buy a gigantic balloon and let it go, or let's go buy a big kite and let it go and let people think it's a UFO and we'll film it. Those are the people that ruin it for everybody.
You're right. A functioning
Yeah, you ain't
alcoholic.
kidding, Andy.
Was it your show Wednesday where you had the Superman drone? The guy
Superman
took a
drone, yeah.
and made it like a Superman dummy, like a life-size
Yeah.
dummy of Superman, and it was flying around and it had a
It
cape that
looked
was
like a
closed.
Oh
person.
my goodness.
Looked like Superman
a-
flying over the beach. It was
From a
loud, though. But
distance, it really did look. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the giveaway.
from
Yeah.
high.
Hello,
Oh, Jeff!
Jeff Rose in the house.
What's up, Jeff?
Welcome
you
up.
guys?
How are you doing? Happy 4th.
Yeah, same to you guys. Do you have a good weekend?
Beautiful, man.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Uneventful. Other
No.
than everybody trying to set my house on fire.
I was gonna say uneventful's good if you've got 10 fingers still. and-
Yeah.
That's the thing. You come out on the 5th and you've got all your digits. It was
Yep.
a great,
Good to
it was a
go.
great holiday.
Yeah.
My pool got destroyed from all the mortar shells, after they
All the
exploded.
debris in it.
Really?
Yeah, my pool's a shade of green I never seen before.
Oh man. So what do you think about this whole lady on the plane, lizard people sitting next to her thing or whatever?
Oh, I just watched a video on it this morning. Somebody else was doing a show on it. They were showing some of the clips. I hadn't watched enough of it to really draw much context as far as what was behind it. Other than that, it was strange.
Yeah. I just think she was a little bit intoxicated and her mind wasn't there. And she seems like she's probably a conspiracist to begin with, and believes in a lot of stuff that just came out and people weren't
Actually,
backing her.
we're all conspiracists. Too,
Yeah.
so.
That's true.
We fall into that same category.
Definitely.
But to be
But-
fair, though, I mean, I think all of us at some point in our lives just interacting with people where without talking to anybody, without anything really to give it away, you just get like a really bad vibe on somebody where it's like that person is
Not right.
going to be a problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's there's something going on with that guy.
And
And
he
you
says if
can't
it was a
explain it.
toss-up, I'd rather have snakes on a plane.
It was a snake on a plane. Snake Man.
Well, you
Snake
saw the
man.
lady that has the emotional support peacock on the plane? Have you seen that one yet?
Wasn't there's been like didn't somebody have like a support like water buffalo or something crazy like that? It was like a really larger animal like that.
People have.
It's like, how
all
does that
kinds
even
of-
fit on the plane?
I know. I'm shocked they let her take a peacock, a fully grown peacock on a plane, though. That was a
Saw
shock.
that.
You ever
saw
been
that.
around a fully grown peacock before?
Yeah, they're kind of vicious when you try
Yeah,
to
they can be
Yeah.
pretty mean.
approach them. You know.
They used to.
You're loud.
A friend of mine had one. Lived on a farm, and they had all kinds of exotic crap, you know. And I remember one time going out there and parking my car in the driveway, and it was a windy day. And those peacocks, they like to stand up on your hood and on the roof of your car, and they turn their tail out real big, and the wind catches it, and as it blows them, they're scratching the paint job trying to hold
Right,
themselves in
Oh
place.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Their claws are like an eagle.
Say that they're massive.
So I mean, in a windy day, if a peacock lands on your car, you've got like foot-long scratches right down the paint job. You know,
certainly
Oh
do.
my
crazy.
goodness. No
They're basic-
idea about that.
Glorified chickens, a peacock. That's basically what they are. But,
Yeah.
you know, they're like flamboyant chickens, but that you know, you don't want to go after one.
Well, today I pulled up on Scene News the unseen side of everyday things. And we kind of don't really pay attention to some stuff. But if you do, it's kind of crazy, you know, some of the stuff we see. I mean, is even as simple as this, which is the heating of the floor. You know, if you have heating unit through your floors, what it takes to do that. And I had heated floors in South Korea, which were so nice. They were so nice. And that was the only heating in the house too. And you know what? That's all we needed too, was these we had little pockets actually. It probably wasn't this exact type, because if you went, you could stand on one little piece of the wood floor and it was toasty warm on that one side. So you would go, my kids had already discovered where all the little warm spots
Little
were.
hot spots.
Yeah. And
My
we-
dad has
go
that
to
throughout
those.
the driveway. We have this under the driveway.
Oh, yeah. Right.
It's great.
So when it's snowing everywhere else, you've got a nice clean driveway.
Certainly. Yeah.
It's really neat. What about pineapples that grow on the ground? You know, it's amazing how many people don't know what pineapples look like growing, because they think they come from the tree, you know, off of a tree.
You can actually grow a pineapple from a pineapple. What do? You just rip the top off and plant it, right?
Yeah, you put it in water and let
Well,
those roots
grow
start
roots
to
and then
come
you
down.
plant it.
Then you
Yeah.
plant it.
Yeah.
I do hear it takes like 2 or 3 years before you legitimately get a pineapple off of it.
Oh,
But the plant itself, yeah, it can grow. Well, pretty much anything. Have you seen people? They do that with the bottoms of celery. They'll just chop those and put those in water till they root out. If you just cut a little bit of stem off of a tomato plant, you can put that in water and get it to grow. So
I'm
now-
always surprised at how pineapples just seem like they're a good deal, like price wise.
oh,
I mean, here in Minnesota, I don't know where the hell they ship their pineapples from, but can't be close, right? Gas is expensive.
right.
I would assume Hawaii. no?
Pineapples are like $2.49, $2.99 a piece. That's a pretty heavy deal to sell for a couple of bucks, it seems like.
Yeah, for what you're getting, that's true. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good sized thing. You can, and there's a dozen different ways you can serve that up and use almost all of it. I guess the trick is just trying to find a ripe one.
Right.
We
right.
get robbed here in New York for fruit. I mean, we pay
Really?
I bought a half a water.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought a half a watermelon the other day. It was like $11 for a half a watermelon.
God. Oh my
The
God.
prices are ridiculous.
We got watermelons for $4.99 a piece.
I'm gonna drive to you.
Yeah, we do too. And they're huge. They're not, I
Yeah,
don't think
big.
they're really in season yet. Almost there. Almost there. But
Almost there.
yeah, almost. And that's at Sam's Club. They had, I think it was $4.99, something like that. But here in El Paso, when they're in season, they sell them on the streets for $4 or $5 a watermelon. Same with the oranges and pecans and what's it called? Oh my gosh, now I can't think of the name of it. Kind of looks like a persimmon. So we got lots of fruit roadside stands around here.
Yeah, I remember when we'd go down to Arizona, you'd buy a big bag of oranges or whatever, lemons.
Yep.
They had lemons. The lemons were the size of huge grapefruits down there.
Yeah,
My
they are.
grandmother had a
They
nice,
really are.
My grandmother had a nice lemon tree and a grapefruit tree in the backyard in Florida. You get beautiful fruit off that.
Nice.
Nothing like fresh fruit.
Black light makes tonic water glow.
That's weird.
I wonder what's in that would cause that.
I think it's the
quinine.
The carbonation, probably.
It must be.
I think it's the quinine in there.
I wonder if like a Sprite or some other clear carbonated beverage would do the same.
Could be.
7-Up or something.
Could be.
I wonder if club soda does. That'd
look.
be the way to check it.
That's a good question.
It is the quinine. Who
Hey,
would
look.
have thought? Due to ingredient called quinine, tonic water glows under ultraviolet light. Made from the bark of a tree, quinine is not only very fluorescent under black light, but it is also the ingredient that gives tonic water its characteristic bitter flavor.
Wow.
So, I don't know, but supposed to be good for cramps, cramping in your legs. And
I drank a lot of club
muscles.
soda over the holiday, but I didn't have any tonic water.
This is the steering wheel of a Formula One car. Is that true?
Hun, where's the
be true.
blinker?
That
Where's the
can't be
blinker?
You got the TV remote, you got the satellite remote.
Dang.
It's sad that a racing car steering wheel is more high tech than the device used to steer a submarine to going down to see the Titanic.
Or a space shuttle.
That looks like it's Photoshop to me.
Well,
that
a Formula One car or a kart car, unlike NASCAR's stock cars, every adjustment you have to make, you got to pull into the pit. They take a wrench, they'll turn it half a turn, full turn to crank up the left rear, the right rear, camber on the wheels, all that. Everything on an Indy car is all controlled on that. If you want to turn the camber on your wheels out just a hair on your front wheels, you can adjust that right there, probably on those controls.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's crazy. I wonder how much a steering wheel like that goes for.
I don't know. But it just, something's not right. It doesn't seem right. But
well, at least
anyway.
they're not using a PlayStation controller to drive it like they did, like you said, Enzo, the sub.
The sub.
Did you see the video? The guy came forward that makes those Logitech controllers. He did a whole TikTok thing, and he says, our controllers are like, secondary controllers for like PlayStation. When you don't want to buy like, the name brand one, you come to us. But in no way does it say we want you to operate a submarine with it. So please don't ever operate a submarine with our controllers.
Oh my goodness.
Do not operate any real world craft with one of our
craziest
controllers.
thing was like people were paying like $250,000 to go down with this guy, and like he's showing you like, I'm using my garage remote control to lock us in, and a PlayStation remote to take us down, and I got a Ring doorbell camera outside. We're going to be watching everything.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Very, very economical for $250,000.
Yeah, if you guys get hungry, we got some bologna sandwiches for lunch back there.
You couldn't even sit down. There was no seats in there or anything. It was just a
Right.
tube. And he had like a fluorescent handlebar thing. Like, hold on, that was the light that he said that he got from Safeway. It was like a $15 light he got from Safeway that was in there. Crazy.
I don't know. Well, didn't Josh Gates? He was going to be doing a whole thing. with that,
He
and
backed
then
out on you then.
he backed
Mr.
out. Yeah.
Beast too. Mr. Beast was supposed to be
Oh, really?
on that actual trip that went down,
Yeah.
and he declined.
He declined, and another gentleman with his son also declined. So there were a bunch, who.
What did Josh Gates decline? I know the story that I read was Josh Gates was looking at it, and the guy had shown it to him. And this was like 30 days or 3 weeks before the event, but he was showing it to him. But I didn't know that he had actually backed out of going down on it. I thought he was just looking at it, learning about it.
Yeah, he was going to do a show on the Titanic.
Yeah,
I thought that was like a year prior that happened. He did do something. He did a little bit of something, but he didn't go to depth. He didn't want to go like all the way down.
Geez, I mean, if the current version is using the remote controller and stuff, it makes you wonder where he was at a year ago. I mean, you're not quite there yet.
Just ropes and pulleys, yeah.
Yeah, let's keep in touch. You're not quite there yet.
Yeah, I know. Still very sad.
I heard the government had told him multiple times that they did not want him going down with that it wasn't approved for any underwater exploration. And
they wanted him to get it certified.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. So
do we have Navy vessels that go as far down as the Titanic? Submarines, do they go? I thought they only went down like 8,000 or 9,000 feet. I was subs.
I don't know.
Good question. I
that
don't
was
know either.
4,000 feet, right?
Well, I mean, are you talking about manned vessels?
Manned vessels, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think too much. You'd have to have a vessel. Period. You can't.
You have to ask old Jim Goodall the next time you talk.
Yeah, Jim would know. Yeah.
Okay, so what do we got next? Scotch tape makes frosted glass clear. So no peeky.
That's interesting.
Frosted glass on purpose. I wonder if that's just on one side though. Just the side, huh? That's frosted. That has to be.
I'm assuming that whatever that layer is, it makes it frosted where it's uneven. Like if you were to look at it with a microscope, and the tape kind of flattens it all out. It fills in all those little nooks and crannies. And
it says it's a pretty simple idea. Frosted glass is actually clear, but given a translucent appearance due to sandblasting or acid etching. So when you put a clear tape on it, the adhesive fills in the scratches and
there you go.
Smooths out the surface so that it's back to a glass.
You'd think if that's the case, just licking it momentarily would make it clear.
Ew. Gross. Fire hydrants before they're installed.
Yep.
I've seen those before like that.
Yeah, look at that. I have too.
They look like torpedoes.
I've also had to deal with a busted one that was shooting straight up in the air, and a lot of people think, there's water coming out. It is rocks and mud and all kinds of shit that comes out of those things when they break. Because I used to work for a department store, and when somebody hit one and it took off, it was a mess. Chunks of rock like that big were coming out of that thing.
Wow, that's dangerous, man.
It was very dangerous and crazy, but
I guess that would be like a torpedo if it cracked like right where that union is at the very bottom. Just launched
right off.
Out.
Oh yeah. Yep. That would take off. Shampoo commercials use people dressed in green suits to flip the model's hair.
There's a guy on
person. I'm not sitting next to him on the plane.
There's a guy on TikTok who's the actual green suit guy, and he shows you all the videos that he was in that he made. So he sits in his green suit for the TikTok video, and he'll play a video, and then he'll just point and show you like where he would have been in that video, so you understand where the green guy was.
Look at that. He looks like a mummy. A green mummy.
Looks like a reptilian.
That's it.
There's all kinds of tricks, though. Commercials, people, even like cereal shows. It's not cereal, water, milk and cereal you're looking at. It's like glue. The
Yep.
milk
It's
is
glue.
actually glue, and they do some. And you see those beautiful turkey dinners. Well, they spray paint it to make it beautiful. It's not cooked, so
It's
it's
just like the pictures at the fast food place. You order it, it doesn't look the same, you know.
doesn't look anywhere close.
I've never
Yes.
got a hamburger from Wendy's or McDonald's that was nice and big and plump like the picture. It's usually like
Yeah.
a flat pancake, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez, I took my kids to Arby's the other day, and they ordered big roast beef. You know, the picture of it, damn thing looks like it's about 5 pounds. You know, they got it. It looked
And it
like you'd been sitting on it for a whole car ride or something. I mean, it was.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
that boot print on the top of it, it's a little extra.
Yeah, yeah.
But they sure
Instead of
charge you
and-
like it's 5 pounds of meat for sure.
Mhm.
This is why tape dispensers are so heavy. And
Is
yeah,
that concrete?
looks like concrete. Yeah.
I
For
broke
sure.
one open. I dropped one and broke it on the floor, and it had sand in it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh.
some of them you can just shake and feel the sand in there. This is penguins have very long necks and knees.
Oh.
I would have never thought that.
Good time. There is nothing there but the neck for half of it.
The neck I can sort of see, but I wasn't expecting those long of a legs. 'Cause you don't
Right?
really see that the way that they kind of like walk around.
Yeah.
The tailbone too. I would have just thought it would have been cartilage or something.
It's possible to grow salt crystals at home.
Oh wow.
I think we all did the sugar crystals too. You know,
Yeah.
put the little piece of string inside the sugar water or salt water, and
Always
Wait
had
for
those
those.
magic
And
moon
what?
rocks
It
in the back of
crystallizes.
the comic book. Huh?
Will you say, Nikki, you put a string in the water with the sugar and it crystallizes?
yeah,
I never-
yeah,
Oh, really?
it
I never seen
crystallizes. We used to eat them.
Yeah.
We used to make them and eat
Well,
them.
That's
Yeah.
that's how they make the rock candy, where it's on the
Mhm.
stick. They just put the stick in
Really?
there and let it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super simple thing. You know, you just
I
have to
thought it
have the
was
right
melted.
amount of sugar.
I thought they
Nope,
would melt the sugar to do that. I didn't know they did it like
Yeah.
that.
nope, just
That's
a
interesting.
string or the stick inside the water with the sugar. You know, I don't know
I'm
what
not
the
listening.
exact
I don't
thing is.
want to know all the secrets. I like the mystery of it.
That's what we're talking about. Anyway, it comes out. It does come out, and you can flavor it and everything.
I'll tell you, lab created diamonds. I've been watching how they do that. That's very interesting. Have you seen how they do that yet?
Oh,
Mhm.
the pressure.
you
With,
can't- they put a piece of carbon in a pressurized machine and they actually grow a diamond from it. And if you take that diamond to a jewelry store, they can't tell the difference. It tests as an actual diamond. The only difference is the clarity on them are flawless. There's no imperfections in them. That's kind of how they tell now that, you know. But if you would put it under, you know, for a test with the pen that they test diamonds with, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It would read as a real diamond.
yeah. But I think it costs a lot to do that too. To do that
To
whole
grow them.
process.
Well, for
Yeah.
example, they were saying like a diamond that would cost you, let's say, $16 million, right? The lab created version of that would only be like, you know, $100,000 compared to a $16 million
wow.
natural.
Well, one of the things is they can create them without any inclusions. in
Right,
them.
no
So
imperfections. Right.
So
that's
Hayes
actually, I
Jewelers is
think
not
that's
worried about that.
actually how they tell that they are lab created. Is when
Right.
you look
But
at
they have
them,
no imperfections.
there's no
Imperfect, yeah.
inclusions in them at all. Then you know that they're
The
not
machine
bad.
can't tell though when it goes into the machine to be tested. It
Oh
brings
yeah,
a real diamond,
Right.
which is crazy, and it's just as strong as a real diamond.
Oh, that I was just gonna ask about that.
They are.
Um,
I should change that. They are real diamonds, but they're not naturally grown in the earth. They're man made.
Yeah.
Still considered real diamonds.
Blood Diamonds. Good movie. I like that one. Stadiums and race circuits paint their fields green, and a lot of people paint their grass green as well. Have you seen all that? That
Why would they
Yes.
paint the
more and
grass?
more people, especially in California, they
Yeah.
hire people to come paint their lawns because of the drought situation, and you can only water your lawns on certain days if they allow
Really?
you to do that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
they
big
don't
thing
do
in
that here.
California. Yeah, in California, you're not allowed to water your grass. So many people have either changed their landscaping completely to rock landscaping or desert landscape completely because of that. But this is the new thing. Is now they just paint their lawns green, and it looks beautiful when they're done.
There mustn't be a lot of Italians that live in California then. Because if my father can't wash the concrete every night, I don't know what he would do with himself. Every night he's outside cleaning the concrete.
Yeah, you're not allowed to wash your cars or
That is an
anything in
Italian
your.
thing. Pave over
It is an
everything.
Italian.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah,
We wash the
it's a
concrete every
fine.
night.
You know, if your neighbor tells on you, they fine you for washing your cars in your driveway. You're not allowed to do that.
Hmm.
Yeah. That was even back when I lived in California back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
So I can't even imagine what they would charge you to fill up a pool then.
Oh God. Yeah, no, a lot of them were dry. Of course, if you live in the mountains and in the canyons, you probably rich, you could afford to, do that. What is this? The
Wow,
size of
blue
a
whale
blue
heart.
whale's heart. What
Wow.
the heck?
So I just read an article. I think I talked about this on one of my Monday morning shows. That the size of the aorta going into the heart, that you would fit through it. It's like the size of a manhole cover
Wow.
in a blue whale.
That's
That you
amazing.
could actually crawl through them.
I had no idea that it was that large.
Jesus.
Look at the scaffolding.
I know, right? To
That's-
support this thing is massive. I wonder how much the heart
Wow.
weighs.
Okay, blue whales can be as long as 98 feet and as heavy as 219 short tons. It makes sense that their hearts would be so huge, weighing about 400 pounds, which is the same weight as an adult male lion. Their hearts are the heaviest in the animal kingdom.
That is amazing.
Think about how much blood is in one of those.
I was just
Yeah,
just thinking that.
That would fill up your swimming pool real quick.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
right. Fill up
yeah.
your swimming pool with ease.
Wow. It just looks fake. Fake. It just looks
Nice that
no.
thing, man.
I don't know. Stores use carved blocks of foam to create the illusion of endless piles of towels. It's just
I
one
suppose
towel.
you go to like Bed Bath and Beyond, you've got your eye level, but then you see it
Right.
stacked way the hell
Yeah.
up. I
Right.
suppose none of that's real.
That's pretty crazy, though.
Because you can see it does have the actual towel that they have on
Yeah.
sale on.
Yeah, on the
they just
outer-
on the
tuck it in there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure
You can
it's just
change
the
that.
top ones. The bottom ones are real, so people can grab them.
right.
But instead of using, what is that, 5 a shelf, now they just use one.
What do you mean you're sold out of this color? You had like 3,000 of them the other day.
That's crazy. How to buy towels. I didn't know there was a critique or how to buy towels. Okay. This is what Space Mountain looks like with the lights on. Not very attractive.
Not attractive. Yeah.
But at least they can
Like
get to
the-
everything and fix everything and maintenance.
Where those
everything.
mine cars from the second Indiana Jones movie.
Mhm.
There was a
Yeah.
roller coaster, I forget where, that was upside down for 4 hours.
Yeah, did you see that?
There you go. Oh my god.
Oh,
You see that? That was crazy.
Crazy.
4 hours.
Even
Can you
It
imagine?
actually wasn't a roller. It was one of those deals that just
Yeah, loop-de-loop.
goes. It's a loop-de-loo, and it was literally stuck upside down. It shows guys crawling up on the outside, but everybody who was strapped in it was there for almost a full 4 hours before they had it fixed.
The fire department went up with the man basket, cutting people out.
My goodness, yeah, crazy.
Especially,
At least on this, if something happened and it broke down, they can get
Yeah,
people off immediately.
yeah.
Because there are stairs all the way even to the top. You can
Yep.
see there's stairs. So that's good. A young hen lays eggs with no shell.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
Oh my goodness.
Looks like a snake egg.
Unless you're a farmer or veterinarian, chances are you don't know much about chickens. Did you know young hens usually lay 1 or 2 shellless eggs before their bodies adjust to laying eggs?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say
Okay.
right.
because I know people who raise chickens, and chickens that are a year old are laying regular eggs, but maybe the first 1 or 2.
Yeah,
suppose.
that's what it says.
My guess was going to be it was laid by a boneless chicken.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's a practice egg.
I couldn't find my badum-bum fast enough. And there are people. Have you seen the guy online on YouTube or wherever, TikTok, who sits there and takes off the shell
Yes,
of an egg?
yes. Yeah.
And he's
He has a
got
lot of fans, too, that
thousands,
guy. Yeah.
thousands of people watching him take
How does he
one
do
piece
that,
of the shell off until it looks like that. Just the membrane that encompasses it.
He does it
You
like
know-
every egg perfect. I don't know how he manages it. Like, where do you even
Well,
start?
So what do you do with them then?
Then he just cracks them and
Yeah,
know,
whatever.
gets rid of them. Because when he punctures it and he has a mess, then everybody goes, "Oh," and he starts a new one.
But Jeff, there's like 4,000 people watching this guy de-shell the egg to get it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
It's
the
insane.
heck. He's making a living out of doing that.
I know,
Yeah.
isn't that crazy? And,
Yeah.
and there's other channels like that are out there where it's just people like cleaning carpets or mowing people's lawns and doing landscaping, and just people love watching it. There's something
People
therapeutic. about it.
watching
Yeah.
people at work is another one on TikTok.
Yes.
You know,
You know,
the guy's like on a conveyor thing, and he's just filming himself working, and there's like 500-600 people watching him.
So last
Great,
year
yeah.
on the 4th of July, I had filmed this little firework that you set on the ground. It's for little kids. It's a puppy, little cardboard puppy, and there's a fuse coming out its butt. And when you light it, it says it's the Poopy Puppy is the name of the firework. And you light it, and it's like those snakes,
Oh yeah.
One of those shoots
Oh.
out its butt, so it looks like it's pooping, right?
Yeah.
And we found this thing, got it from my nephew. We lit it off. I filmed it, put it on Facebook. Everybody had a laugh, right? Maybe 20 of my friends saw it, This morning I'm looking, and on some nobody posted a Poopy Puppy firework, lighting it off in the driveway, and they have like 4.4 million views since the 4th. I'm like, he didn't do anything different than I did, man. What's going on here,
Oh man, yeah. You never know what's going to catch the viral and
Yeah.
get out to people. You don't know what's going to happen. And dog wandering. Anyway, next. What foot-long sandwiches are actually 11 inches long? And I noticed that. That's always the case.
You remember what happened to the Subway spokesman? I can't remember. What was his name?
Yeah.
Jared?
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah.
Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad news. He's still in prison.
Jared's eating different footlongs today.
I was gonna say it must
glad it's only 11.
must be a guy who's baking the rolls there at Subway, Oh, it's a foot long. No, it's not. yeah.
They were smart.
They'll
That
say it
whole thing
was shrinkage. It was shrinkage.
It was cold in the store.
That's it.
Oh man. know. I don't know about you guys. Okay. The real size of traffic lights.
Yeah, traffic
They're
lights are
pretty
big.
bad. Yeah,
They
they're
are.
pretty big.
But
Oh,
right next
if you
to a
ever
person.
watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as a kid, he always had one of those there in the house, and that's an actual sized, street traffic light.
What's scary
Yeah,
is when
one
you
of
have
those phones.
a bad storm and it comes crashing down. Have you ever seen videos of that? That's pretty.
Mhm.
pretty
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
That thing will kill you.
it totally will. Kill your car. Kill your car for sure. 42 inches tall. How much does it weigh? It doesn't say how much.
Wow. Cinnamon sticks are the inner bark of cinnamon trees. How about that?
Yep.
I'd
And that's
like
how
to
they
grow a
collect them?
cinnamon tree.
Yeah, look
Wow.
at that. Yes, cinnamon sticks are wood. This means that the tasty cinnamon stick we buy at the grocery store are simply rolled up pieces of bark from the cinnamon tree.
It's got to
That
be like
is
the best
interesting,
smelling forest everywhere.
right?
Yeah.
I like to burn some of
Um,
that. Campfire with that would smell great.
Geez, if you threw some apple trees in there with it,
Oh my God.
You said.
Hamburger would taste delicious.
I'm going camping there.
Owls have very long legs.
Who?
That's another thing. Very long legs on owls.
Who?
Have you seen that one owl that runs around the house? It's hilarious. There's an owl that just, they call him and he comes running by and he's got his
Oh, that's
legs like
great.
that. And he just
I have a
looks wrong.
I have a wild squirrel that became attached to me. I call him Gino.
Gino.
I can literally call. I see him from across the street the other day, and I literally call. I said, "Gino, what are you doing? Come over here!" And he ran from across the street right to me, and then he sat on my step till I fed him. He comes every day now. This squirrel, it's I can't believe it. He's like my pet. He listens to everything I say. I can't. It's crazy.
What do you feed him?
I give him nuts. I give him carrots, celery. He eats pretty much anything. I get a lot of vegetables.
Bet
out
he
of him.
loves peanut butter.
Loves peanuts, man. It
Oh,
was raining the other day, so I put like 10 out, right, in the shell. And he starts grabbing them and he's burying them all over my yard because it was raining. He couldn't fit in. And after the rain stopped, he came, pulled them all out, and started eating them.
Probably should get some walnuts. I think walnuts
They-
are the
they eat
most common eaten nut by squirrels.
Really?
Hmm.
I'm trying to see if they have that video of the. Nope, that's not right.
This owl, it's kind of funny when they lift its tummy up to make the legs longer. Look how the neck got shorter. It's like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're
think
beautiful
this is it.
owls, though, man.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of them right here. Okay, let me see. I have to unshare. Doo-doo-doo.
Get out of here.
That's not even the really good one, but that one's good. This other one's hilarious because it runs right by him, but I can't find that one.
This is somebody's pet?
Yeah. It might be the same one, but it's
probably
still
breaking
hilarious.
some kind of federal law to have it as a pet, but
It really does look like some kind of Jim Henson, Muppet
Yeah.
thing.
Muppet?
It lops along it. Yeah.
It's pretty big, that owl.
They get big. They definitely get big.
It might be a
really
barred owl, maybe. But yeah, the reason they have the conical facial discs is it's actually kind of, their ears are way set forward in their head than like ours are. And they're using them like funnels to hear, so they can hear mice running around in the grass and stuff like that to go catch it.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
well, that doesn't even look real.
I know. Those are so cute. Oh,
That's a burrowing owl. Those guys live in the ground.
Beautiful. Oh, really?
Yeah.
ugly. Oh, look, he's dancing. He's trying to dance.
And Dancing with Ellen.
Yeah.
There's a video of a dog watching it, and the dog's sitting on the couch, but he just, he had his ears clipped, so he's in a cone, and he's watching the movie It, and he starts counting 1, 2, and when he gets to 3, the dog starts bugging out, barking like the dog understood the movie. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, is
Some
this the
animals
one
are
with
so
the other-
intelligent.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one,
It's a
but it's
moth-
really short.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's hilarious. I think it's
They
hilarious.
have really different eyes too. Their eyes are like tube shaped. They're not like a sphere that pivots around like our eye does.
Yeah.
So it's basically they have like 2 telescopes in their head, and that's part of the reason why their head spins all the way around, because they can't move their eyes directionally like we do.
Oh, somebody's at the door, guys. Let me go see who's
all right.
there.
Okay, we'll wait here.
Here's the next one.
Watch out for
In
lizard
the-
people.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, that's a cluster bomb where it's got little bomblets on the inside there that get scattered around over the battlefield kind of thing. And each one of them will either have its own little explosion that'll go off, or they can be basically like little landmine type things where they just sit there and they've got a little timer in them. And after they've been immobile for a while, they become active. So if you walk up on them, then they'll go off. Gruesome business, war.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I was watching the Ukrainian guys. They're like out in the field and they're literally disarming them. They're taking the fuses out. They're just dripping water on it and unscrewing the fuses, and like it's nothing.
Yeah.
That's what I did in the Army for 6 years. I was on an EOD
Your
team.
DOD?
Okay. What do you guys see? Bombs? A bomb inside of a bomb?
Bomb to the
All
bomb to bomb to bomb bomb.
Have you been
Whoa.
replaced while you're away? Look into the camera and blink. Ah!
Oh, okay. Interesting. Cluster munitions. This is how they filmed the scrolling text from the beginning of Star Wars.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Really that
Wow.
simple.
Now today you just use an app and it does it.
Yeah, you'd have CGI that would do it. They didn't have
Right.
CGI back then.
Look at that. I had no idea. I thought
What
that
a
it
process.
was just. That is kind of cool.
So it's like they're videoing some kind of teleprompter then, basically.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. And it looks like it's set up so that the camera is moving, not the background, not the words. It looks
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
It's just laying on
Yeah.
the floor.
Yeah.
God only knows how much that cost back then.
1977. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. The bricks on concrete edging are made with a roller.
Yep. That's true.
We just did stamped concrete on my driveway. Did all regular concrete on the driveway pads, but the 18 inches or so around all the edges were dyed like a denim blue concrete, and
Ooh.
they roll it or stamp it with pads like that. So it looks like
Nice.
blocks.
It's
Yeah.
like paving still.
Interesting. Have you ever seen someone's garden edging? Oh, that's part of that story. Okay. Transporting horses on a plane.
That's a first.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Maybe the lizard guy isn't so strange after all.
Meet Horseman.
Look at that. Wow.
It's crazy how many things, though, that you think about that are probably transported on planes. I mean, you see these, these horse races are around the U.S., but, there's international polo clubs that play polo in different countries, and they bring their own horses when they do. So they've got to get those horses to travel somehow.
And
I feel bad
I would
for
imagine. Yeah.
And the same thing with what we were talking about earlier, race cars. I mean, these IndyCar drivers, they have stuff in Brazil, Australia, the U.S. I mean, they've got to transport those cars all over the place. So,
Right.
Wow.
Okay, what's next? The amount of bacteria on the hand of an 8-year-old after playing outside.
I believe it.
Dang. That could be really pretty. Pretty art.
I don't even want to know.
At the same time.
Yeah.
if that's from playing outside in nature, I would think that inside countertops, food, things like any adult at any time during the day, if you put your hand on a petri dish and grew it, it would probably be worse than that, to be honest.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Probably don't want to shine a black light on those game controllers.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now I'm gonna go clean all those things. That is disgusting. Ugh, that big one there, that's something bad. Something bad. Oh gosh. Tigers have striped skin under their fur.
Did not know
You
that.
know, many humans have striped skin. I've got a whole scientific article that I was sent about a year and a half ago, where there are certain people that when you look at them under black light on their backs, especially, they have stripes like this in their skin.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to this. I read it and it kind of freaked me out, but
And they know about this. So
Was it a
I've
condition
never
that
had
caused it, or it's just natural?
I don't know if it seems to me that it is a condition, but there was a link to it to where it was more so way back, I don't know how long ago, and it kind of receded out of that, you know what I mean, genetically.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was, I don't think it was ever common, so to speak. And what's really weird is you can't see it with your naked eyes. I mean, it just looks like normal skin. But
Grasshoppers naked black light test. Everybody line up.
That's strange. Well, I mean, I can almost sort of see that making a little bit of sense, because I mean, the whole reason like a tiger or a zebra, they have those stripes, is it's camouflage. It breaks up their body pattern, hiding in tall grass and things like that. And I guess if you're hunting with a long spear out in someplace, you'd probably want something like that as well. Is that something that we just naturally had thousands of years ago and just grew out of it?
That's a great question, man.
Yeah.
I wonder.
These cups only have noodles in the top half.
Getting ripped off.
What a ripoff,
that is
right?
a ripoff. That is a ripoff.
I think it's just when they initially put them in, it fills the cup, but after drying and
Well, I know one thing. When you start filling one of them with water, it always when you're running water into it, as it's running in, aren't you saying to yourself, damn, this thing holds a whole lot of water, right? Like, it doesn't seem like that much water should be able to go in there. There's why, right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they're in league with the potato chip people that only fill a bag at halfway.
What a gimmick.
I only got half a bag of chips.
Literally, if that.
Yeah. It's all
And then
about
you buy like the jumbo bag because you think you're getting one. There's like 18 more chips in it. They did a study.
Many people have. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, they did a study in McDonald's with the cups. So from small to extra large cup,
Oh yeah,
a small soda with no ice will fill each cup to the top. They're all the same size as the small. It's an illusion.
They're
So go to
narrower
McDonald's.
at the bottom or wider
Right,
at the top.
right,
You know.
right.
What's really weird is, it's the testimony to that is go look at the lids. When you look at a medium lid and a small lid, you cannot tell the difference.
Yeah.
Well, the top half of that cup's the same diameter, pretty much. I mean,
It's all the same.
Yeah. Yep. Crazy. Black boxes from airlines are actually orange.
Yeah.
That's true.
Did they
couldn't
used
find
to
them
be
if
black?
they were.
When you peel all that away,
Bright
when you take all that away, there's a little black device inside of that casing that it's
Oh.
encased in to protect it from like all weather, water, and all of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's what they refer to as a black box. You got to peel it out of
Right.
there.
Yeah, that's the casing that it's in. That's orange light, so you can find it. So,
Right.
Yeah.
and you can drop that from 20,000 feet and set it on fire and run trucks over it, and it'll still work.
Yep.
Interesting. 6-volt batteries are actually just smaller batteries on a cardboard platform.
Is that
That's
true?
That's true. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. It's not. That is true. That is true.
I had no idea.
We opened one. It's true. Yeah. Kitchen lighters have a small lighter inside them, and that's
Is
true
that
as
what's
well.
inside that thing? No way.
Yeah, that's true too.
And maybe that model, but there's no way they all are like that. Because the
That
handle's clear. I can see the fluid in it. I can tell
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a lighter.
Maybe just
That
thick.
model may be there.
Chickens hatch in just 21 days.
Yep.
Some black brick patterns.
There you go. Concrete right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's nice when it's done.
Teletubbies was filmed in a real outdoor location.
Oh God.
It's right outside the lizard lady's house. He's freaking out.
They look hot as shit. Look at them. They're like dying. That one guy laying down, the green one.
They're getting ready to pass
That
out.
show made a
Yeah.
lot of money, man. A lot of money. They
were
didn't say
weird.
anything. They just like booped and booped and all of that, and they
Yeah.
made mega bucks.
For sure. Some large SD cards are just readers for micro SD cards.
That's true.
Wow.
I have the one you slide the micro SD into.
Mm-hmm. Slap bracelets are made out of tape measures.
No way.
Yeah,
Figures.
that I knew too.
That's
I
cool.
remember in Girl Scouts we made a bunch. Military forces around the world use freeze-dried plasma. What? Is that true?
I don't see why not. I mean, there's nothing in it. It's just that's what your blood's floating around in. So it's not like you
Everything
need-
living is just suspended in it.
Right.
Freeze drying has been used for decades to stock emergency kits with non-perishable foods and snacks, but it also medical applications. Just like fruits and vegetables, plasma can be freeze-dried and rehydrated on the battlefield to treat severe bleeding.
You could probably eat that thing and it'd taste better than half the things in the MREs we got.
More nutritious, better for you.
Many tablet cases are made of upcycled toothpaste boxes.
What?
What?
tablet cases.
Wow.
What do you mean, for like an iPad or something?
Yeah.
I don't. Come
If,
on.
if you get your shit from India or any of these third world
Oh,
countries,
yeah, I don't doubt that. Okay, so I don't doubt that.
that's what's inside of those.
I just
Yeah.
feel like somebody wrote this and they're like, you know how many sons of bitches we're gonna get to cut their iPad case open?
You know how many more iPad cases we're going to sell after everybody cuts theirs?
Oh man. Don't do that, folks, okay? Don't test the theory. After brain surgery, patients follow a strict bandaging schedule. Well, probably, yeah. you have
Yeah,
to have
that's kind of a
fresh stuff.
duh
Yeah.
moment there.
Holding his skull
It's like
together.
this guy. Did you see it was like YouTubers or gamers or on Twitch or whatever where they had the dents in their head and they couldn't believe
Yep.
they like, shaved their head to see it. They're like, oh my God, from wearing headphones, the big ones that go to your head, formed this dent in the skin and because from the top of the skin on the top of your head to where the bone is, it's pretty thick.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of-
really
there's a lot of meat
happening
there.
all over. They're making dents in their heads.
I think
But your
that's
head
awesome.
is soft, enough to do that, to make transformations. I mean, even the skin on your face, back in the days, women used to have these little metal pincher things that they used to put on their face like this. And they used to wear them all night so that when they took them off during the day, they had dimples.
Oh my God.
And they
Put a
would just wear
C-clamp
them.
on their face.
Yeah, they just had a little clamp that pushed here and that. And even today, women buy neck harnesses that get strapped to their head to hold their
Yeah.
double chin up.
Yeah.
Seen those.
So it happens. The face can transform according to what you're putting on it. For sure.
Does the
Michael-
skull actually deform though from the headset? Is it like permanently deformed?
Yeah.
Or
Well, I don't know.
Well,
if
it's not permanent. I mean, if they stopped using it or moved it to a different spot or something like that after a while, it eventually
correct.
would form. It would go back. But
Gaming deformities.
That's crazy.
you got gamer head.
Michael Jackson used special shoes on the floor bolts for his famous anti-gravity.
So he can lean forward all the way.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I seen that.
But
Boy,
David
one of-
Blaine does it for real.
Yeah. He flies
Oh,
too.
Surviving in blocks of
Wow.
ice, teleporting from one hotel to another, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Flying in the air, yeah. Lily pads have air pockets underneath them that allow them to stay afloat. Those are huge.
They look pretty big.
Wow, nature. This is what the inside of a gobstopper looks like. Layer after layer after layer.
I never got those things. They're like the size of pool balls, like a pool cue.
Yeah.
And like, what do you do with that?
You suck on it. Just suck
You
on
can't
it for
even
a whole
get it on
summer.
your mouth. It's
Buy
massive.
one at the beginning of the year and suck on it.
Yeah,
until
last year, a
you,
whole year, right?
yeah, and then you'd get your dad's hammer and crack that.
Everlasting gobstopper.
Mhm. This is how pearls grow inside an oyster.
That's really cool.
That
to
one's
see.
cultured. That one was made like that, though.
I was about to say, I don't think they have that many in a natural one, right?
I'll tell
Well,
you,
yeah,
I
they
watched.
can.
There's some
They can.
videos on YouTube where these guys are finding these oysters and they're cracking them. They cut them open, and the membranes, even on a fresh one, isn't that perfect. I mean, you can tell that the pearls are embedded in rows in the flesh, but they're already rolling loose in them by the time you crack it open. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But they'll find 12, 15 of them in one big
Yeah.
oyster.
Really?
Yeah.
One that's
yeah.
like, 5-6 inches round.
And But some of them, they do put that grain of sand in there to culture them to make it
Yeah.
look like this. That's what this is, because the normal ones are all different sizes and can be different colors. And
I was just watching a guy the other day. He was opening them up, and when he would find ones that had like a little pink color or a
baby.
little blue color to them, it's because those oysters were filtering just a different kind of sand. They could be on the same shoreline, but it was under a rock, and the sand was a little bit different there, and
Uh-huh.
it makes the colors change on the pearls.
Yeah.
Is that
baby
real?
born with that. What?
Is that real?
The amniotic sac? This one? Yeah.
It could come out like that? Really?
Yeah, it can. It's
kinda
very
I
rare.
imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty rare, but it can happen. It's called in-call. In-call when a
Wow.
baby's born with the amniotic sac intact. And
Gross.
usually only happens during C-sections.
That's pretty wild. I wonder what that feels like. Like one of them squishy balls, probably, right?
Actually, it would feel like the earlier picture of the chicken that laid the egg without the shell. It's basically.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
point.
The Easter Island statues have full bodies. Yep.
We were just talking
sure
about
do.
this a few days ago. That's so cool that you pulled that up. They're massive.
They are. So, at one point, they were above ground, right?
Pretty
Is that
crazy
the
to think about,
consensus?
right?
Yeah.
Or were they
would have to be.
always dug down, put in?
Yeah, they were definitely above ground. And then
Maybe
over the-
every year they just grow a little bit more out.
That's it.
Did they grow out or they sink down?
I mean, look at that picture. These archaeologists that are, imagine the first one to dig one of these things out. They're like, how deep does this shit go? Look at this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's incredible. This is a set designer on the set of Godzilla. Wow, that's pretty. Look at that. Pretty detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Far cry from the original Godzilla, where it was just cardboard buildings and stuff like that. little plastic tank with the sparkler
Right.
coming out of the end.
Pew! Oh, bananas grow upside down.
It's
They
to hold
actually
all
grow
those
up.
extra tarantulas.
Oh my God, those banana spiders are frightening. They're frightening, for sure. The inside of a Dead Mouse 5
Dead mouse.
helmet. Dead Mouse? Oh, yeah, Dead Mouse. Helmet is full of wires.
I imagine
That's
it is.
got to be so
Oh, look at that.
uncomfortable.
Who the hell would want to wear that through a show? You know how
That
hot
guy.
that has to be?
He's
Oh,
got to have an air conditioner in there, too. With all that wire and shit.
Yeah.
Being high as crap, I'm sure helps.
Wow. And only
I
being
guess for
able
the
to
money
look
he's
at that.
making.
And you can see the way it's designed is you can see the black. I'm pointing like you can see where I'm pointing. You can see that black part on the bottom that has a little disc thing on there. That probably swings on the top out of the way, and he has to slide his head in front ways, and then that goes around the back, and he can tighten it to lock it in.
Like a hard hat.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So you can
what
see
you're
the
saying.
padding on the front part because that's the cushion against his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he does thrash around and stuff like that up on stage, so it would have to be on there pretty tight.
But I mean,
Wow.
I know it's hot to be behind all that DJ equipment to start with. All right. And
Right.
then you're in a club with a couple thousand people and it's hot like hell, right? And then you got that mask on top with all that wiring in there. That's got to be murder.
Dang.
But for the money he's
crazy.
making a show, I guess it's worth it.
That's it.
Boy, if one of those eyes goes out, he's screwed. He's blinking all night long. This is the inside of a cactus.
Huh.
Those roots go straight down. One long shot all the way down.
Wow.
The back of a Hollywood sign.
Is Hollywood on
what's
fire
that?
on the right there?
Fire.
What's
That's
going
what
on?
I'm saying. That's what I noticed first was the fire in the background.
Godzilla is coming.
Tom Petty's house when the airplane crashed into it.
Mhm.
That was by the Hollywood sign somewhere.
Yeah, that's something there for sure. Behind the scenes at NASA's Mission Control Center. Yeah. And every one of those people has something important that they're looking at.
Oh yeah.
You know, one thing
every year that probably gets smaller, actually. Pretty
Yeah,
soon it'll just be 5 guys sitting there with their smartphones.
I was actually thinking of when they were showing the mission control like that for when Apollo 11 was up, where you had this giant room and these huge metal container type things with this tiny little screen in it.
Yeah. You'd have one whole computer set with one guy sitting there smoking cigarettes. And the only job is that whole computer system just checked the temperature of just one thing, you know.
Yeah.
That's all it was capable of doing.
And he still had a slide rule double checking the computer because it might be wrong.
Nice. The Smithsonian Department of Anthropology. Would that not be just like insane?
Very cool to be in that room.
Look at that. Look at those moccasins.
So
I would love to check that out.
Didn't Eric's brother, Dr. Wu, used to work there?
At the Smithsonian, yeah, many years ago. I don't know what he did.
One of the levels he worked on, I know, had to do with bones or remains of stuff. So it probably was that department, but that's pretty wild.
The Smithsonian also has a bird identification lab that looks just like that, where they've got samples of every bird from like around the world.
Wow.
And I know that only because I work the program where you track bird strikes on aircraft. Every time we have a bird strike, we'd have to go out and scrape samples off of the plane and send it into the Smithsonian, which they've got a full DNA lab. If there were feathers, they wanted you to send feathers or body parts or whatever was left. They wanted samples of it to better identify stuff. And
what was that for? Just to figure out what kind of species were hitting planes?
Yeah, to figure that out, because they do have like a broader range thing to see, because that's how they track bird migration, to see if birds are. Like if you see something unusual in an area where you get multiple strikes from a bird that doesn't normally live in that particular area, maybe there's something happening environmentally why these birds are now moving to this area versus something
Makes
else.
sense. Yeah.
And you could plot around that kind of stuff, because like the heaviest time for like bird strikes is in the fall, when all the birds are migrating south for the winter and stuff like that. Not so much in the spring, because they sporadically kind of come back, but when winter's coming in, they all move at once, pretty much. Most of September is pretty ugly.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Red carpet events, conducting practice interviews with hired actors in advance.
The friggin' money they spend just to talk to people, right?
Right. They have to practice. This is what a mushroom farm.
Well, you got your dress correctly, you know.
No wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, don't mess that up, because then you piss everybody off.
Is that Versace? No, it's Louboutin. Get out of here.
Gotta make sure you have the right ribbon on.
Right.
All that stuff.
This is what a mushroom farm looks like. Look at that. It's probably really humid in there, huh?
Are those the
Fungi.
magic?
Yeah.
Fungi farm.
It's very cool.
Then the wall slides open, and that's where he hides the magic mushrooms.
Magic. Got disco lights and stuff in there.
There are underground tunnels under the Magic Kingdom.
Miles and miles of them. Yeah. They all interconnect all the different areas. That's how your the folks. That's how your guys in costumes and stuff get around. Is
There
they
was
truck
a
'em up.
whole thing about that, about
Yeah.
the workers there taking children and doing all kinds of crazy shit with them. With big
Yes.
major investigation with that.
Ooh. Man. Main Street,
That's-
Tomorrowland,
that's-
Frontierland.
Been a stark drop off in attendance at the parks this year
Mhm.
because of stuff like that.
Ridiculous.
But if you're there with your kid, don't you think you'd watch your kid? Like,
Well, you
I
know,
wouldn't
Mr.
let my
Kid
kid go off with Donald Duck.
No, of course not. But if a kid goes
Yeah.
missing and Donald Duck says, you know, I'm going to take you back to mommy and daddy, come with me, you know.
Yeah. Ugh. Big Bird's puppeteer uses a tiny TV to be able to see.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's his
Bird.
hand is the mouth way up there?
Sure.
Huh.
I'll ask Anthony. I don't know if you ever.
Be a guy in a costume, you know, not like that.
I think that I don't think this is a real story, Anthony, but maybe you've heard it too. But there was a story that was going around for a while that they were trying to get kids more into the sciences and stuff like that back in the 80s. And one of their plans was to get the guy that plays Big Bird to have the whole costume, and he was going to go up on the space shuttle. Big Bird in space. The guy that you see there inside the costume, he went through all the astronaut training and all that stuff to go up on one of the flights. And then once he basically made it through like 90% of that, where it's like, okay, this guy's good to go. Let's try practicing, in our mock-up of the shuttle. Of course, the area inside the shuttle where the astronauts would actually live is actually really small and cramped.
Yeah.
And there was no way they could get that giant costume to fit in there. And it's so small they couldn't position the cameras enough to where, okay, we're only going to film from like here up on Big Bird. They just couldn't do it.
I mean, how does that not occur to somebody before they send
I was
him
I
just
don't
thinking
know.
that, like,
half a year of training, you know?
So
Yeah.
this is right before the mission is supposed to go up, and they're like, what are we supposed to do? We can't send this guy, with just the head on. They're like, well, who else do children look up to? Well, we've got a teacher that's in the astronaut pipeline. We'll move her up to this next flight for this teacher, which just happened to be
Sally, what's her name?
one that
oh my God, Sally Ride.
that blew up. Well, not Sally Ride, but the teacher that was on board, the one that blew up in January of 1986.
Yeah.
So think about the alternative. If they had gotten that costume figured out, Big Bird blowing up in front of every little kid's TV
Oh
in
my
America.
God. Can you
That would've
imagine?
been- Yeah.
They'd still be in therapy, all those kids.
What if it
Well,
would have blew up and the
Yeah, what's
Big
Sally
Bird,
Ride with the
Big
astronaut,
Bird like costume got launched into space, and light years from now, aliens find it
Aliens
floating
find it.
there,
Oh,
and they're like, "What the
The
hell
blue
is
aliens
this?"
said, "Hey, this guy's yellow. That's weird."
I was just gonna say that. Blue avians and yellow avians now.
no?
Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll do a couple of more. Beach sand looks very colorful under a microscope.
Ah,
Yeah,
usually there's like really tiny little shells and stuff like that in there too.
And police in Venice moves around in jet skis.
NYPD got those too, I know, by me.
Do you?
They come up.
Nice.
Yeah, they have wave runners, yeah.
Whoa. Nice. The view of an eclipse from an airplane.
That's pretty cool. I would like to see that. That's gonna be wild from up in a plane.
Is there a lower part to that picture where it shows the shadow on the earth? Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
It's a nice shot.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can't
They
wait
have
to
an
make
eclipse.
space travel more affordable. I mean, 450 grand from Virgin now is just ridiculous for 90
Whoa.
seconds.
90 seconds. Wow.
I don't know how they come up with numbers like that to go to space. It's ridiculous.
See, that's why people paid a quarter of that for that sub ride. It's way cheaper.
I was gonna say, you know, I don't care if I had $100 billion. I mean, if somebody said, "Hey, 450 grand, you want to go to space?" Tell
Not
you
for that
what,
price.
once 10,000 people have done it, give me a call. You know, I'm not gonna be like the fifth guy to do it. You know,
I wouldn't spend that money. You know, even if I had it, it's just.
I'll test it. Yeah, right.
What if you had like where it's the group thing, like with Shatner? If you found out, okay, you're going to sit next to Shatner when he goes up, would that change your mind?
Nah, because he probably Shatnered his pants when he
No,
left.
because I could call Shatner and tell him for 50 grand, come over and hang out and have beers with me next week, and he'll show up.
Yeah, he
Okay.
probably would show up. That's true.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, did you see that after that flight where he came out of the capsule? He was really wigged out.
Yeah.
From what he had seen, just because of just the enormity of it, I guess, really got to him.
Really? Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he really wasn't making a lot of sense because he was trying to process everything he saw. Because that particular one, whichever one that was, you're sitting in front of this really big window that, you know, as you're just strapped in there, so you can see a lot. And I guess, you know, he's like, when he got out of there, they stuck a camera right in his face, and he's just sitting there trying to noodle through what he had just experienced. It's like,
There's a lot going on there, though.
look down and it's light and it's life, but I would look up and it's darkness and death, because it's just that separation of, you know, down here you're alive and up here you'd be instantly dead if you were outside.
You think about it, though, there's a lot going on there for that experience for him. I mean, he made his whole career, every dollar he made was made on the portrayal of someone in space. Now here he's actually going to go to space.
Right.
I mean, that would be kind of, there's a lot of shit going on in his head, I would think. So.
Crazy.
It's got to be a great feeling.
92 years old now? Oh my
He don't look
goodness.
it though at all. He looks great for his age, man.
For 92, yeah. That's unbelievable. Wow. The original Parmesan at an aging warehouse in Italy.
Yeah, it looks like it's my cousin's basement. My cousin Frankie's house.
I was about to say, Anthony's backing the truck up to the back door right there, right now.
You turn the corner, there's all the pasta sauce and the cannoli shells.
How much does one of those big wheels cost?
A lot.
Like thousands or
No,
what?
probably a couple $100.
Oh, okay.
Depending, because some of them,
that's not too bad.
Some of them get aged for a long time. I guess depending on the age, it's expensive. I mean, you get a quarter pound of that. It's like $15, $16. You know, you go to the Italian delicatessen. It's not cheap.
I always wanted to try that pasta they make where they do it right inside the wheel.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
Oh wow.
Disney uses smellitizers to blow nice scents around the parks.
Smellitizers?
Smellitizers.
Does this block smell like shit to you, Enzo?
Hang on, let me fire up the smellitizer.
It's out. Put a new cartridge in.
It's a manual one. It's a scratch and sniff with a rake.
Sunny said, I think that's Sunny. Paranormal Chop Shop.
$1,840 for a
Sunny.
1840. That's a lot. Okay, that
must
is
be a
lot.
big one that's aged pretty good.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that.
It's all different sizes. It depends on depends on the size and the I guess.
From the bottom of the stack there.
They have one that's freaking huge.
The Fremunda cheese. It's from underneath
about
the other ones.
It fell off of a truck. Is how Sonny got it.
What? This is what a sniper's nest looks like at the Super Bowl.
Why is there a sniper's nest at a Super Bowl?
No, this is
Oh,
not
yeah.
something we ever would have
You don't know
imagined.
about this, but there are snipers pretty much at every big giant event.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Some
If
extra
some
eyes.
idiot's gonna lose his mind and start going off, or whip his jacket off and have a bomb belt and all this stuff,
Wow.
they have gone out of their way. This all started with
Really?
This all started with the Olympics when they were in Seoul, Korea.
I remember, yeah.
That they started looking at the precautions that South Korea was taking to protect athletes and stuff. And that started innovating throughout all kinds of big, the Super Bowl, even really large concerts and stuff. They have law enforcement entities that will have kind of almost like a Overwatch type.
That's insane. I know
that.
there's a lot of cops and, emergency service details that roam there, SWAT guys or whatever, but I would have never thought they would have had a sniper's nest set up.
I never knew that. I guess it's better if people really don't know about that
Yeah.
stuff.
They aren't they aren't going to shoot the guy who's running naked across the field at halftime, but
Yeah.
All right, this is just a test. Just wing them, Frank. Just wing them.
Wow. Ever wonder how the graffiti ended up there? Oh my God. That's
It's gonna be
horrifying.
insane.
It's
The pig, man.
just stupid.
Look at them. Oh my God.
It's right up there with those crazy Russian kids running around on the edges of buildings and stuff and filming it.
Do you ever see those kids that run off and jump to the next piece of the building? It's
Fucking crazy.
Yes, we did a show. Was it last week, Enzo, that we did the death, all the dying
Yes.
and death stuff? Not a great thing to pick
Very
for a morning show.
uplifting, cheery show too.
I used to when trains would come through town and they'd have really cool, like really nice paint jobs on them. I'd take pictures of them because there's a couple spots on Facebook, big groups, where you can share a picture of a full painted boxcar. And a lot of these taggers are on there looking at it, trying to find their work, and they'll comment on them.
Mm.
And I had shared a picture of one that showed these two black cats next to each other, like cartoon cats, with this colored sky behind them. And it said over the top, Fraidy cats. But it was FREIGHTY,
like a
Fraidy cat.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cute. I shared the picture on Facebook. And the dude who painted it in San Diego commented on it and posted a picture of it, when he got done painting it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. I mean, this is going through Minnesota on a train track,
That's pretty wild, man.
Wow. The tiny metal bits on our jeans strengthen parts that could easily tear otherwise.
Yep.
Hey, there's a controller for the submarine.
Oh, the Wii nunchuck is the center post from the Nintendo 64 controller.
Oh.
What?
Internally, yeah, probably.
Things that make you go,
Right. Soldier's helmet serving its purpose. Oh. Wow. Dang.
Ouch.
A gorilla's hand with vitiligo.
Oh, I thought that was a human with gangrene. It's a gorilla.
No, it's a gorilla. This is the control room at a TV news station. Yeah, I'm sure they have to have all that. The inside of an escalator.
I've seen that a few times.
Oh,
Which
on the
they
left.
never
I was like,
work.
what? Oh, yeah.
They put them in, the stairs are like, it's like 3 pieces at a time go in to make the track. It's pretty cool when you watch it get done. It takes forever.
Chameleons shed their skin just like snakes.
Hmm.
Yep, he's ready to lose all of that. Canada has vertical dollar bills.
Wow.
Why?
I didn't know that.
Weird.
The UK local post boxes get painted gold if the local wins gold at the Olympics.
That's cool.
Huh. Nice. Our aircraft carrier testing the countermeasure wash down system. Huh. Oh, it's all the way around? Yeah, it's all the way around. The small hole in a plane window balances the
Wow.
air pressure.
Yep, that's correct.
That's pretty interesting.
Oh.
That's what that little hole is.
No more aircraft. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Gambino. You
What did he
guys
say?
will find
What
out
did he
pretty
say?
soon. You'll find out
No
soon.
more aircraft carriers for me. No more area. Okay, we'll
You're
find
not
out,
gonna
I
get
guess,
that. We'll let you know.
then. This is the inside of a tennis ball. What?
The hell is that?
It's just flipped around inside
Rubber?
out. Yep.
Yeah, they're rubber inside. I'm guessing that it isn't in pieces when it's put together.
Right.
It's just when they flip
Peeled
it
it.
out, it must just be,
Oh, I
pretty
see.
fragile to
Okay.
where it just.
Rips, crooks. Yep, air or nitrogen. It's filled with air or nitrogen. Nitrogen. Oh, there's that thing again. Why did it come up
They're
again?
gonna repeat.
Are we starting over? Ooh, what's that
We loop
about?
around.
Bat embryo, peekaboo.
Looks like a xenomorph.
That's wrong.
Wow. Some scientists use 1 millimeter beakers for experiments. Wow, that's tiny. Oh, geez. What the heck? What happened? What could happen if you get an eyeball tattoo?
Ugh.
I seen a guy who had eyeball tattoos. I didn't know I didn't know those were such a thing. I thought, they had contact lenses forever where you can have, 8 balls
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Right.
no, they're tattooing shit like that on their eyes now.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
see
I've
the
seen
guy?
the black. They do the black, so they
Did you
have
see the
those.
Italian guy? He changed his whole body around to look like an alien. He cut his nose off, his ears off. He had all these body modification implants put in, and he was, he was a good-looking guy. He was a bodybuilder. I mean, he just destroyed himself. I mean,
Yeah, he's got like ball bearings under his skin on his cheek
terrible.
lines and stuff now. And
It's disgusting. Let's see if I find a picture for you. Here he is.
I love that stuff. It's disgusting. Let me find a picture for you.
Here it is.
I know. I was looking
And he
too.
found it quick
It
too.
really is.
Okay.
Down there.
Yeah.
The guy on the right.
Oh, jeez.
He's on a plane ride from Texas to Florida the other day.
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Ugh.
Terrible.
Dang.
I mean, he cut his nose off, his upper lip, the top half of his lip, his ears, his eyelid. He cut portions of his eyelids off. What else did he cut off? He's got all these ball bearings implanted everywhere, even around his arms. He's got all these ball bearings that go around his arms in spirals. It's sickening, man. Crazy.
Oh my goodness.
And that's him right there in the middle, the guy with the beard. That was actually him before he did all this to himself.
Oops.
What? He's a young guy.
He's a young guy. I mean, he was a good-looking bodybuilder guy.
Someday, when he's like 55, He's gonna wake up and stand in front of the mirror in the morning and be like,
All right, I got to
What
ask,
the
what's
fuck
this
did
guy
I
do
do?
for an occupation? What's his job? I'm gonna guess Walmart greeter.
Oh no.
now he probably doesn't have
No.
one. Who's gonna employ him?
Yeah. Who's
Hello,
gonna
welcome
do
to
that?
Walmart.
Well, I think that's probably a good place for us to come
I
to
put the
the
picture
end.
down there so you could see what he looked like, you know, before and after.
Oh, okay. I see it
So
now.
that's before and after. I mean, he was a good-looking guy,
Yeah, he was.
and then
None-
he did that. I mean, I can't figure. I'll never figure that out, man.
What is wrong with you, dude?
I don't know. Who knows, right? But it gives us
Teach
something
his
to talk about still.
Yeah, Sonny, it's
But,
crazy. Man.
Anyway, thank you guys for coming on and
Thank you.
chit-chatting this morning. I might go take a nap now.
So Anthony, where can we see more of you? Or where can our
You don't want to
audience
see more of
find you?
me. You don't want to see more of me.
Well, we need that before we get all that work done on you.
Come hang out. We'll be on Sunday. I'm gonna have Wild and Weird West Virginia come hang out with us.
Ooh.
Great channel.
Nice.
I'm gonna talk about their investigations this Sunday. We'll be on at 6 p.m. Come hang out.
Nice. And I've got my show on Sunday, guys, 5 p.m. Going to be talking about a little BS action in the Bigfoot community. But that's something that's normal. How about you, Jeff, on Monday? Got your stuff coming
Monday
up?
morning we'll have coffee time, and I'll have Jason McLean on joining me.
Cool,
Haven't really thought past that yet.
You're coming off your holiday.
Well, yeah, I've got a lot of things I'm working on. Probably some announcements coming up too. So.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here.
Pleasure.
And I hope to see. Well, first of all, don't forget, everybody, hit that like button down there. Okay? Share, subscribe, do your thing, and see you guys in the next chat.